going on, everybody? We're back here again with you on this beautiful Friday. I'm one of your hosts, Cole Moeller. As always, with me,
I'm Graf.
I am Brett.
I'm Spencer.
Oh, I had to. That was awesome.
I heard that. That was crisp and
That
clean.
was so clean.
Care to explain what beverage you're drinking? Is that a Fresca or what are you drinking?
Is that a Coke?
No, not a Coke. Had a Coke earlier, but this is an ice cold Busch latte. Did you know it does not contain dairy or coffee as well?
Couple of calories there, though.
Only I want to say like 92, but I'm probably wrong. It doesn't matter.
Just like normal.
Never right.
Oh,
Anyways.
95.
Oh,
An extra 3 calories are going to get you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fat tomorrow. I look like Cole.
Yeah, it's not a good look, man. Hasn't worked out very well.
Well, how was everybody's 3-day weekend? If you had 3 days off.
Did you even have 3 days off?
No, I didn't.
So what'd you have off? Just Monday?
I had Sunday, Monday, and then I had today off. So
Ooh. So you should be ready to roll.
I'm ready to go shoot some x-ray.
All right. Be nasty.
I didn't work at all last week, so I've pretty much had like 10 days off.
It's your first day of school today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today was my first day of school.
I saw your cute first day picture.
Yeah, it was an interesting day.
Nice.
Do you gel your hair?
Me?
Yeah,
No,
I feel like you do.
natural.
Wow.
He's
Spencer,
feeding
your
you some,
3-day weekend?
He's feeding you some lies.
I went scuba diving.
That's
In
right,
Iowa?
you texted me.
Yeah, no, it was in Illinois. It was a
In
little
Lake
chilly,
McBride?
though. No, not in Lake McBride. It was Pearl Lake.
Muddy Mississippi.
That'd be a good time, though.
Go after the river
Might be
monster.
a little dirty.
I hear that people actually like scuba dive down below the dams in the Mississippi, and they see like catfish that are big enough to eat you.
Oh, really? That's
That's
wild.
sketch.
that.
That's so big. Monstrous.
Do you think they would eat you, though? Like, if there was a
Mm.
catfish that big, would it do it?
It would
Oh,
have to be
definitely.
like 20 feet,
Definitely.
right?
It's a wise tale. Old wise tale.
River monsters.
Yep. We need Jeremy Wade to come investigate.
Catching hogs.
Yeah, so my 3-day weekend. Worked the game on Saturday. Didn't get to watch much of it, sadly. Big win though. That was fun. Sunday, what'd I do? Sunday. Oh, I worked Sunday, so I worked again. So basically 2 days of working. Then Labor Day, me and my dad and my brother went down to our little hunting property and fixed some deer stands up, mowed some trails. We're ready to roll for hunting season. So that was my weekend.
When does the season open up?
Bow season
October?
opens October 1st every year.
Wow.
Are
You
nervous?
going? Griffin, you're going, right?
If you take me, I've never been hunting before, so
I will take you. I really will.
only if I can quick scope.
Quick scope?
Quick scoping.
In bow season? You're going to quick
360.
scope a deer with a bow?
Hey, watch me.
All
Like a
right.
young Robin Hood.
All right. Bet. I'll take you. You got to let me know when you're free.
Good luck. Actually, I can't the first weekend. I'm going to see Luke Combs in Des Moines here, actually. So
Solid. Nice.
I'm not for sure, but I feel like I saw Morgan Wallen is with him as well, and that would be
No, I think
cool.
you're right. Yeah, I think that's right.
If that's the case, I've peaked at life when I see them. So
Beautiful
definitely.
Morgan Wallen's got.
Oh,
So there was
dude.
a Hawkeye game on Saturday.
Oh my God, he hates country music.
I hate
Brett-
country music.
Brett, did you get to go to the game?
I went to the game, had my first actual big-time Big Ten collegiate football experience.
Question: Were you with Derek?
I was
Huh?
with Derek.
Dude, I hate that kid.
I know. No, I had a lot of fun with Derek. He was a really good host. We just kind of bounced around. Went to the game, got rained on for like, I would say probably 20 minutes, and we just sat there and took it, and it was It was awful. Like I
Hey,
was
you
close
sent me a
to
snap
just.
of you really moist.
I was moist like a towelette.
Nice.
Yeah, I was not thrilled about that. Watched some Hawkeyes. You know how it is.
So what did you guys think of the game?
By the end of the first quarter, I had 4 drinks gone because I was not happy during the first quarter.
We were losing at one point, right? 3-7.
Yep, 7-3. Yeah.
Man,
Just
came back
was-
though.
The
comeback.
Yeah.
defense was not with me very well.
The second, yeah, we can get into it later, but I have some worries regarding our defense.
It'll come along. Just our DBs aren't very they aren't quite
I don't
there.
know. I don't know if it's our DBs. I think it's more of our linebackers. And that's one thing I was a little worried about coming into the game was the linebackers in coverage, and it seemed like tight ends and slot receivers kind of got the best of our linebackers.
I agree. Definitely agree there.
Gabbert's good though.
Gabbert, I'm looking
He's
at it
good.
right now. He averaged 6.9 yards per pass
Nice.
last week.
Nice.
That's a nice average to have. But Nate Stanley averaged 8.4, so he's still not quite as good.
That's superior, but not as nice.
Very true. Very true.
From what I heard, I didn't get to watch the game, like I said, but I heard that second half was more electric. Kind of first half was boring old Kirk Ferentz offense.
They went for it on fourth down, first drive of the game, so I don't know. Kirk Ferentz offense, maybe not as vanilla, maybe a little chocolate sprinkled in there, but
I thought
We had
that
a-
4th and 2 call on the very first drive was a good call, though. I thought he was going to punt
yeah, it was like
deep, but
what was
I
it,
liked
40-yard line?
yeah,
I didn't like the throw, that's for sure.
no.
But
Actually, one of my bigger takeaways, if we're going to talk about passing game just for a second, Nate Stanley's fade ball in the red zone is beautiful.
It was good.
How about
I saw
Oliver
replays.
Martin?
Solid first game by Oliver.
First catch was a touchdown.
He's so shifty and quick.
If that doesn't make you excited as an Iowa Hawkeye fan, I don't know what will.
Fantastic.
Well,
Can't wait to
I just
see
don't
him.
want to overtalk him and then have him be disappointing. So I try not to talk about him very much.
I think the one thing that I took away from the Iowa wide receivers is we have some good wide receivers, no standouts, obviously, like a Alabama or a Clemson, obviously. But it seems like Iowa wide receivers are similar to their basketball team. Because, when you look at the Iowa basketball team, there's like 8 guys that are all the same talent level. That's why they play like 10 to 12 deep. But it's so frustrating sometimes because you don't have that one person to really just take over a game. Like when you look at like a Duke basketball,
think Brandon
they're
Smith-
made up of. They're
I
made
think
up of
Brandon
a ton of-
Smith might
could
be
be that
the
guy.
Brandon
Yes.
Smith is very good.
But I'm just saying, like, Stanley had like receptions to 6 wide receivers, which it's probably better in football to have guys to have depth because you can always spread the wealth and spread the ball. But in basketball, it seems like everyone has to get their own touches, and that doesn't always feed into a star power. You guys know what I'm saying?
No,
I
I
feel
feel
you.
you. I think we saw that a lot last year with the Iowa basketball team.
But Mekhi
think this
Sargent's
football
our
team-
man this year.
Yes, he's so good.
So good.
I love watching him.
said that
He's
last year.
he's like Akram Wadley. They're kind of like the same type player.
I think he's
it's
better than
enjoyable.
Akram Wadley.
Yeah, but he's got the same little shifty momentum that he did.
Mm-hmm.
He's fun to watch. I really liked. I got to watch the game for a little bit in the second quarter because that's when I got to eat, and when we were done eating, we could go watch the game. So I'm standing there on the little patio where I can see the field, and I look down there, and I'm like, "Wait, where is Alar Jackson right now? Is he like hurt or what happened?" And then I look down there again, and I see number 64, Kyler Schott, and I'm like, "Oh, let's go, Kyler Schott, getting some serious reps." And I guess I read an article that it was planned for him to play the whole time in the first half to get some snaps in. But now there's just videos on Twitter of him pancaking dudes, and it's fun to watch because he's a walk-on. Hopefully he can get a scholarship and keep kicking ass. He's fun to watch. What do you guys think?
I agree. I thought our line was spectacular whole game, even without a Lyric. Sorry.
Yeah, when you remember with like remembering back to the game, there was definitely no pressure on Stanley. Like he had all day to throw.
Didn't we give up one sack? I believe.
I don't even know if we did. You obviously probably have a little bit more knowledge on that, but I don't know. Not a lot of pressure though.
Can we talk about Amani Jones?
Amani Jones. He was definitely I don't know if you guys were able to see it on TV or in highlights, but Amani Jones was probably the most electric player in that stadium that night.
I agree.
Amani Jones, he plays DN, but he's like 6'2", 240. So, he's thin because I think he was a linebacker last year.
I believe he was.
His specialty is kickoffs. And if anyone listening to this goes to an Iowa game, watch 52 on a kickoff. It is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. He literally headhunts. He literally runs full speed, headhunts whoever is in his way. I watched. There was a touchback, and he laid out this poor little Miami of Ohio guy. And I was like, and he loves it too. He just like runs down there, and like if it's a touchback, he'll like slap the butt of the guy who they're like the Miami of Ohio returner. He just absolutely loves sprinting down there and just laying people out.
Dude, Amani Jones reminds you of that one kid you have on your high school football team that's nice kid but dumber than fuck. And he just goes down there and just wrecks anybody in his path.
The kid that the coach puts in the game, because there's that one player that's kind of being a cocky little a-hole. So they're just like, all right, get in there. Mess him up a little bit. The kid just lays him out, and then he comes back out of the game because he's not good enough to play.
Amani, no, he is an absolute physical freak. Like, he is by far one of the most athletic people out there. I don't know what it is.
He's built like a tree stump. I mean, you see
pictures. He is so big.
He's so big.
All right, let's talk about this Rutgers game before we get an hour deep into our podcast talking about football again.
All right.
So
11 o'clock game, Rutgers.
On Fox Sports 1 again.
Shaky opponent.
Yeah, Rutgers is not good.
Who'd they play last week?
They played UMass.
UMass, yeah.
They were down at one point, weren't they?
We're going to talk about
first half they're losing.
Yeah, that they did win. Let's take that on Brett's Bets. Give it a round of applause to Brett's Bets. We're going to get into a little bit deeper later in the podcast about how you should approach this game as an Iowa fan and as a sports bettor. But yeah, Rutgers is not good.
Well, their quarterback, what's his name? Something Carter. McLean Carter, he looks like a washed up pile. 21 for 31 last week, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Ooh, I was going to say, everything sounds good until you got to those interceptions.
Yeah. 3
sounds
picks.
It sounds like Jay Cutler stats back in the day.
He's going to have a hell of a time with that Iowa secondary kind of fixes themselves from last week.
Do we have any turnovers last week?
I do not think so.
No, we had 1 pick. Ojemudia had 1 pick.
Yep.
And Brady Ross recovered 1 fumble, but he also lost that fumble. So
yep. that was one of the funniest things I remember from that game. It was not pretty.
The old flea flicker.
Yeah, that was bad.
The flea flicker that wasn't
fullback flea flicker.
I think I tweeted. I was like, "Why are you trying to pitch that? You're just take the loss and punt the ball." But yeah, we had 1 pick last week.
All right, so that's a good stat to keep track of. Coming into a quarterback with 3 interceptions last week, I think we could put at least 2 more picks up on there.
Oh, their running back is quite the little guy. 5'11", 210 pounds, Isaiah Pacheco? I don't know how to say it.
Just stop.
Jeez. Get off my
So-
dick about it. 20 carries, 156 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Damn.
So he's kind of their go-to.
Well, obviously they got to run because they can't pass.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
leading
I'm not too
receiver
worried
had
about this
6
game.
receptions, 127 yards, and 1 touchdown.
The one thing I will say that I'm a little bit worried about for this season is I am a little worried about the pass rush of Iowa. So AJ Epinesa, one thing we never heard Epinesa's name called hardly at all in the Saturday's game. It looks like he's getting double teamed quite often. So if there's 2 guys on him, there should be one-on-ones for the rest. And like a inferior team like the Miami of Ohio, I expected a little bit more pass rush, but Brett Gabbert was very, very good at getting the ball out quick. So that's one thing I'm kind of looking at for this weekend is if they are double teaming Epinesa, someone's got to step up on that line to get some pressure. Because that's been kind of the Achilles heel for Iowa in the past is when, we don't have the fastest corners, we don't have the fastest linebackers. If we can't get rush on the quarterback, then we are kind of screwed.
That might come back to the linebacker positions that we kind of think might be a little shaky. If we can get pressure from them. What do you think? I don't really know. Cedric Lattimore, he's been a good player for the past couple years. Obviously, Epinesa is solid. Who are our other 2 linemen there? I don't even know who they are.
Brady Reef is one of them.
Brady Reef. Is he new? He hasn't played before.
No, he played last year.
Okay. So maybe big things need to step up for him a little bit.
No, see, the thing is, I don't think, besides those one-on-ones, I don't really think we blitzed any linebackers at all.
No, they pretty much dropped back in coverage.
Yeah,
and Gabbert still had a good game. He was able to get the ball out quick. So that that kind of worried me.
Very good props to him on doing that. He
Right.
knew it was coming after him. And he made some really good throws. Now I think about it, some really ballsy throws that had very good success for them in the middle of a drive, but then we'd usually capitalize later on the drive. But I think Iowa's D-line is going to be just fine. I don't think there's any reason to worry about it. They're going to keep doing that to Epinesa all year.
He's going to get his feel, though. He's a beast.
And then you're going to get a team like Michigan who thinks they have somebody who can take him one-on-one. And you give him 10 minutes into a game, and they're already going to double team him. I mean,
strip sacks. So many strip sacks. I'm just waiting for him.
Oh, yeah. He has a lot of strip sacks. I was watching it's like some past highlights of just AJ Epinesa coming off the corner. He strip sacks so many people. He'll just swing his arm up. When that quarterback takes the ball back for that split second, and he just punches that thing. It's beautiful to watch.
It's a change. Like he has, it completely limits the other team too. When there's no pass, obviously, and the ball is loose. So it could either be Iowa's ball or they're going to have to punt it no matter what.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
Rutgers last week had 554 total yards of offense, but they allowed 304 yards.
From UMass.
Yes, sir.
So we're thinking maybe it's like a Ohio State game all over again, 50 points to about 20 or what?
No.
But their defense isn't very good. We can go all over that.
Brett, ESPN's Pick Center doesn't have any spreads or anything out yet.
Yep.
What do you got for that?
Iowa is a 20.5-point favorite.
What did I say?
I don't think there's gonna be that many points. I think it's like 50 over under, 50 points scored.
Fair enough.
So they'd be looking at 37. No, I don't know. Can't do math right now. Sorry.
Like a 30.
35, 15.
Yeah.
35, 14, 36, 14.
I could go with that score.
Another solid score. Kind of like last week.
Yep, that's how many points they scored last week, Cole.
37-14. What was it? 38-14.
38-14. I think my favorite part about the game last week was I go to halftime at Fox, and Matt Leinart looks at Urban Meyer and says, "You know how hard it is to play under the lights at Kinnick?" And I just died because Urban Meyer
Cool.
won at Kinnick.
Urban Meyer, I don't know. Do you think he's going to come back at all and coach anywhere?
No,
You don't think so?
I think he's done.
I just feel like, didn't he quit because he had a little bit of health problems?
Yeah,
Stress.
he's like a
that's always
cyst on
been
his
the thing.
brain or something.
Yeah. So maybe he won't if that's the reason why. But I don't know. He's a really good coach. I feel like he should be coaching at least 15 more years, 20 more years.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
anyway,
He's got a good gig now. All right, what's next on the slate, Graf? What do we got?
great question. Anybody who's still listening at this point, we didn't prepare for this one at all. So we got
It is Wednesday. This
We had
is too early. We need another day.
We had a little conflict. I couldn't record on a Thursday. Going to watch the Cowie cross country team. Shout out to them. And Bears Packers, big game. So that's
that
what
is
I'll
a
be
big
doing.
game tomorrow.
Gonna be kicking ass and taking
NFL
names.
football is back.
Griffin,
back.
you are a Packers fan, right?
I'm not a Packers fan. I'm
Oh.
barely a Bears fan. I just kind of became a Bears fan within the last 2 years.
Damn straight you are. Come on.
You're barely a Bears fan.
Oh, it's a knee slapper. You know what that deserves?
That's funny.
Let me crack open my Powerade real quick.
Oh,
You
that's
hear-
cold.
You hear that?
This is my blender bottle.
No, but I became a Bears fan because a lot of the guys I used to work with at the Weavers, shout out to them. None of them know what a podcast is, but they were all Bears fans, so I just kind of got into it.
All right. I like it. I'm a fan. Well, should we move into Cole's polls?
Let's move into Cole's polls. We got a pretty lengthy list of polls this week.
Well, let's
All
talk about Cole's poll.
So this week on Cole's polls, we're just gonna go over the polls from last week and what we thought. A couple surprising ones, I thought, and then we're gonna go over the polls for this week and kind of have a conversation about each one. So last week, our first poll was, "What's the better classic rock song, Stairway to Heaven or Sweet Child of Mine?" The results are in. We had 25 massive votes on that one.
Wow.
Stairway to Heaven.
This podcast is influential.
Oh, yeah. Stairway to Heaven, we had 36% vote for that one. Sweet Child of Mine, 64%. That's all the explanation we should need, Brett. I really don't
I'm just gonna
understand.
say that's Brett's personal opinion. You should not be hurt by that at all.
Nope.
I mean, 25 votes. Not very many people know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That means
What we're
only
talking
about that only means about 15 people voted for Sweet Child of Mine, so that's all right. All right, poll number 2. This one shocked me. I'll be straight honest. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to speak to animals? Everyone today is like so I don't know, green. Everyone cares about the planet, so they want to talk to animals like, "Hey, how do we help save your environment, whatever." But I guess that wasn't the case because 53% said they would rather speak every language. And only 47% said they would be able to talk to animals.
How
I mean,
many
I'm
votes did we
still
get on that?
strongly-
Because there's got to be like 10 votes.
There's 30. We got 30 on that one.
Wow, impressive.
So 5 more people. Shout out to you guys. So I really thought animals would take the cake on that one, honestly. But all right, poll number 3. Will Iowa make it to the Big Ten title game this year? 30 more votes on that one. 80% said yes. 20% said no. So big things out of Iowa football, I guess, our viewers want to see this year. What do you guys think?
I want to see it.
10-4.
I want to see it.
I just don't understand why people want to talk in 1,000 different languages. Like, Spencer, why did you say that?
Hey, man. I mean, I'm just saying, like, everyone agreed with me. We had the majority.
I don't know why anybody would agree with you on anything.
Dude, what do you want to talk to animals for? What is an animal gonna say to you? Like an animal, like imagine the point an animal would try to make.
I would just love to hear some of their conversations between other
So,
animals.
do you think it's so like if there's like animals that get sick and they're like in the Amazon or rainforest somewhere and they find a cure for a disease, I would like to be able to talk to those animals to find out if there's an opportunity or chance for us to save others.
Can you imagine if animals could talk to us and be like, "Yo,
That was like a pageant response.
What if they're
I'm
like
an
what if
endangered
they're
species."
like no, they're like, hey, cure for cancer is right over here. Just like what?
Animals secretly know how to cure cancer, but humans don't.
You got to be kidding.
You've been listening to the Disney Channel.
That'd be it.
I'm Brett, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
Oh
God,
god,
edit that out.
that's
That was bad.
That's just awful.
Brett, you got it. Brett, you still haven't done what you said you're gonna do at the beginning of the podcast, just randomly. I've been waiting for it. Like I've literally just been like ready for it.
Play Freebird. What?
No, that's at the end.
No.
All right, so this week's polls. The very first one, I got this from an outside source. I thought it was a good one. It's kind of inspirational. The first poll of the day: would you rather be great at everything, or be the very best at one thing? What are your takes?
I would like to be the best at everything because
No.
you
Be
got-
great. Would you rather be great?
I would be the best at one thing.
All right, what would that be?
Am I utilizing the skills I have now?
Just one thing you would want to be the best in the world at. What do you think?
Accounting.
You're kidding.
I'm sorry. That would
you said
if I could be
accounting.
the best.
Oh no.
If I could be the best accountant in the world, like
Urban Nail
I
Audit.
would be so happy.
You'd have gray hair by the time you were 40.
No, I would be able to afford good-looking hair. I'd get hair plugs.
I can't believe you said that.
Brett, that's terrible.
Oh, Griffin, what do you think?
So it's great at everything or the best at one thing.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to be the best at one thing, but I don't really know what that could possibly be because I'm pretty bad at everything I do.
Yeah, you don't
what's
make me laugh.
What's one thing you could just be like, all right, if I could be great at that, I would be.
Lane pipe.
Lane pipe. You guys are
But,
just going with your professions here. It's kind of boring.
Okay, then I'm pretty
Well,
good at
it would be
cooking.
it would be unrealistic to be like, I want to be the best at hitting baseballs. Like that would be like not possible.
No, you could be like, I'd want to be the best pitcher in the world or something like that. Like, Can you imagine just being like that pitcher that just comes in and no one has a chance? Not even a single
Mike
batter.
Trout? Imagine being Mike Trout. Okay.
Yeah, kind of similar.
I'm best
Spencer?
at taking jewel rips during podcasts.
Not sponsored. I think what's that show where that dude trains the dogs, you know? Like they're bad dogs and they become good dogs.
The Caesar guy?
Yeah, I want to be the best in the world at that.
Oh, okay.
You're a dog guy?
Interesting.
I just want to have like a whole family herd of dogs, you know? Use them for whatever I might use them for. We don't need to communicate, but like I want to be able to command them to do, you know, whatever.
So you're the kind of guy that buys like 1,000 acres of land and gets like 1,000,000 dogs and lets them run free?
Yeah, but this isn't an orphanage. Like they're not getting free stay. Like they're working for me, dude. Like these dogs.
The dogs are working for you.
Yeah, these dogs are getting the mail.
This
they're
isn't
doing
some
whatever I
kind of
need.
charity case.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean?
So instead of hiring like random peasants, you have dogs. You're basically, I feel like you're like a higher class Michael Vick at that point.
Oh no, I reject my. Never
Yeah,
mind.
now it doesn't sound cool anymore, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, Cole,
All
what
right.
about you then?
So I kind of thought it'd be cool to be great at everything, but honestly, I'd have to pick being the very best at one thing. And I kind of have three different things that come to mind that I'd really want to be the best at.
High
The
jump?
first is being a drummer in like a rock band.
Dude.
That would be so cool if you could just
Feel
be the best
that.
drummer in the world. Like Neil Peart, he's insane.
Dale Doback.
That Dale Doback, just being the best drummer in the world, that's probably one of them. Another is being like a really, really, really superior like distance runner to everyone else. That might sound dumb to you guys, but like it just always blows my mind when I watch like marathons and they're running like 4:30 pace for 26 miles. Just never get tired. That's insane. Being the best marathoner would be, I think, one of the coolest life achievements anyone could have.
Yeah,
And
You're
then-
talking like
No.
you're talking a foreign language to me.
yeah, that's bad.
I understand. Most of you won't agree with that. Another would be like just being like, I don't know, like the best performer or entertainer in the world. Kind of like Morgan Wallen has taken like a hold on country music. Just doing that, but like everyone in the world likes your music. If that's possible, I don't know, because everyone's so different. But yeah, that'd be the best.
We got
Open
people
it.
knocking on doors.
I'm on the phone. What? I'm
Is that Nick
recording
Hofsummer?
something.
Brett,
I'll talk to you later.
We got Brett's guest.
No,
Brett's
no,
guest.
no Brett's guest. All right.
Who's your
All
guest,
right.
Brett?
This is my floor mate.
All right, let's go on to poll number 2. And this one is kind of
That was a
fun.
long pull.
Yeah, we're just talking about stuff, we're just talking about cool stuff. All right, this one I think will really cater to our audience because most of our audience is local kids that we know. So, who would you like to see the most at MVF next year? What do you guys think?
Well, be
One
honest, you gotta
person.
give me a minute because I haven't really thought about this.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go first. So some of you may know I'm a big fan of the band Slipknot.
I do know
And
that.
Oh my
this
God.
summer I didn't have the opportunity to make it to the Iowa State Fair to watch them perform live in their comeback tour.
Oh yeah.
And I was made sad by this, and I would do nothing else but to see them. I would be so happy if they came to Mississippi Valley Fair. It would be lit, as Travis Scott says.
Make it happen, MVF. Slipknot, baby.
I just don't know how you can like Slipknot so much.
So many people, I'm like, yeah, I like Slipknot, and then they're like, what? Like, okay, that's funny. But then like we turn it on, and I know every song, and it's like, I'm not faking it. Like,
No, I love Slipknot.
no one
too.
fakes liking Slipknot. No
I mean,
one
they
like
have like
no
one or
fakes
two
liking
good
it.
songs I like, but
No,
after that,
you
like
haven't
I
listened to their
don't.
new album.
I guess I'll have to do that.
We Are Not Your Kind. That's the
Good.
name of the album. All right, Griffin, you got a choice yet? If not, we'll go to Spencer or me.
Go to Spencer or you.
Spencer.
All I got is Nickelback in my mind, and I didn't get to see them this year, so.
After we're standing in line, the clothes on them.
Boo.
I've never been to MBF, so
Oh
I don't
God!
even know.
So who you want to take your MVF virginity? Who is that?
Like what kind of people are normally there? Is it country artists? Is it
country,
all over the board?
country or rock?
It's country or
washed up
rock.
Country or rock? Those are like the two things I don't listen to.
Okay.
Spencer's a hip to the hop
Who do you
guy.
want?
Yeah,
Travis
you sound
Scott?
like a hip dude.
Wait. I can find a rock band. I just don't know any right now.
No, just like one band you'd like to see at the fair. Just say one. Doesn't matter.
Oof, one band.
Band or performer.
I want Kanye to come to MVF, dude.
Oh,
Bring Kanye to
that'd be
MVF.
Dude, you know,
legit.
half of Moline would be there if that happened.
Kim Kardashian on the side just dancing.
I want Kanye there
Are they
immediately.
staying on that side?
I'll tell you that's a strong no. He will never ever come to a fair, but I like it. For me, I think I have two choices. One for country would be Kenny Chesney. He has so many good songs. They're summer songs. I feel like he'd be a really good performer, cater to the crowd, do whatever. He just has so many good songs. I feel like he would never play a song that no one would know because
Kind
that's
of like a Brad Paisley guy. Basically,
Yeah,
like him and
exactly.
Brad Paisley are very comparable.
They are very comparable. Brad Paisley was awesome on Sunday night. So I think Kenny Chesney would be a really good country one. But also, if I had to choose a rock concert, which this would probably outlean Kenny Chesney for me by just a hair, Metallica.
Ooh,
I love Metallica. Their songs are freaking fantastic, and I feel like everyone at the fair would know their music and like enjoy their music. And nothing's better than just a good rock concert. I mean, when Theory of a Dead Man came to the fair,
that was one of my favorite concerts of all
I
time.
honestly knew like two of their songs, and they just blew my mind because once I heard them in concert, I just became one of their biggest fans. I listen to their music all the time. They have great music that like I didn't even know existed because I've never heard of Theory of a Dead Man. So I think rock concerts kind of just take the hat for that one. So I think Metallica would be a really solid choice.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm stuck on 3, and I need you guys to help me decide.
All right.
So I'm kind of looking because I'm thinking something a little different than maybe rock or country. That's just me. I voted for Kesha a few years ago. So I mean, this artist has country songs in her early days.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. I think that one would be pretty fun.
I can agree with that. That'd be really good.
Kind of have a thing for her as well, so that's probably why I say it, but we'll just steer away from that. I think Chainsmokers would be another good one.
That would be a good one.
I agree.
Just somebody's got to play closer at that concert. And then I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I think the Jonas Brothers, they're back. Gotta like it. Come on.
I
think
like
that would be a good one.
Jonas Brothers.
Oh,
Burning
Year
Up.
3000.
Burning Up is such a good song.
Burning Up was our song during MVF week this year.
Dude, we went hard to Burning Up when we were in the car. That was so fun.
So if you guys had to pick any of my 3, what would you guys go with?
I'd probably go Taylor Swift, and then no. Never mind. I forgot that you didn't mention Kesha. I would go with the Chainsmokers.
I would go with the Chainsmokers.
Spence?
If I had to... Sorry, continue, Spencer.
Did you say Joe Bros?
Yeah.
I'm there, 100%.
Yeah.
I want them to play the Year 3000.
Oh my god. I am definitely with Spencer. I'm going the Joe Bros on that one.
Joe Bros
And
slap.
you know they'd play some of their good individual music too.
Yeah,
Like
they
Nick Jonas could sing like a couple of his good songs.
Cake by the Ocean.
That'd be a good one, yeah.
He sings that?
Yeah, when he was
Joe Jonas sung that.
Joe did.
Oh,
when he was
JoJo.
in DNC or
Joe
whatever.
Jonas.
JJ.
All right.
But if they played Year
Polls?
3000, I'd lose it. I'm with Spencer on that.
We've got one more poll for today. And this one's kind of deep, touches your heart a little bit.
Where'd this one come from? You didn't talk about this in our group chat.
This one came from me, all me.
Why are you getting so serious on this podcast? You know we're 110% not serious.
Cause guys, this stuff matters, all right?
But like Brett says, he loves doing this.
I love doing this.
Yeah, that it wasn't as funny as like you said earlier.
I love doing this.
All right. What's the most important first impression to you guys when you're like looking for somebody serious? All right. Their looks, their personality.
Christ, I haven't had to do this in a long time.
Wow.
I know. I want to see what the public response would be. Looks, personality, their talents, like so if they're like really good at something, or other. What do you guys think?
Let's let Spencer answer this first. He's single.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass this one to Brett. It's a pass.
Oh, okay. All
Okay. So this was a while ago.
How long have you and Morgan been together now? 5 years?
Yep.
A while ago.
shout out.
So yeah, I don't know. Kind of a package of everything, you know. You gotta be.
Nope. Gotta choose one. What's most important to you?
Oh, Brett's
First
relationship
impression.
is screwed
I
right
mean,
now
like,
if he doesn't
obviously-
answer this correctly.
Obviously, everyone wants like a good person. You like learn more about them. But if you're just in some random place and you like, I don't know, your friends meet up with someone else's friends and there's someone you've never met, what's the most important first impression?
Right.
I'll
Haven't
go
had to do
first.
that.
I'll go first. This might sound arrogant, but I think it's looks because you're not going to go up to someone that you're kind of like not like, oh, they're good looking and be like, just talk to them and then their personalities could fall into place. But the very first thing I think that is most important is their looks because that's what kind of just like triggers you to want to talk to them and get to know them better. You guys agree or am I just being a D-bag?
I abstain.
What are we considering like first impressions? Is this when you see them? Because I mean, then you pretty much can't have it be any other answer. But if first impressions is like the first night that you meet or something like that, it could be different.
Yeah, first night, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're probably kind of on the right track though. Like it kind of has to be looks because obviously that's what you're going to be first attracted to. But then I don't know. Yeah, first impression is sort of tough. Obviously, if you're getting into something long term though, you want it to be like probably more personality focused. But
exactly, that's why it's just a first impression because
yeah.
Obviously everyone would say personality because that's the most important. I think everyone would agree. But the very first.
Yeah, I feel like first impressions it has to be.
Talents or other
Talents. Wait, what kind of talents?
I don't
He's
know,
talking
like
about
your
the sex, all right, Spence.
Enough of this.
Oh my! We're talking about laying pipe.
No,
Absolutely.
I hope they're
laying pipe.
I hope they're not laying.
Talents like you're somewhere, like let's say you're somewhere and someone's doing something like
They're juggling.
Damn, that was impressive.
They're juggling. That's all you could think of was they're juggling.
What kind of talents do you have?
Okay, I guess you got me there.
Rip.
But I don't. Okay, yeah, I do agree. Looks is definitely probably the number one thing. But after that, I feel like it's got to be more of a like, are they kind of like outgoing? I guess.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
It's not really. Was that listed on there? I don't think it was.
Yeah, that can be like other or personality. It's a good
But
one.
like,
Sorry,
if you're just kind of quiet, then you're really not gonna like. Personally, to me, not gonna catch my eye really or something. So if you're just standing there, man, I got other things to do. Like someone just started playing the Get Up, and I'm already dancing. So I'm done focusing on you.
What if you're deaf?
Spencer, let's just get out of that one. Let's just not talk about disabilities on here.
We're getting really deep into that one. All right. So that one was kind of controversial. I mean, not really any straightforward answers, but we'll see what the audience says about that one.
Yeah, you're gonna get a whole 25 votes on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Definitely.
22 votes. It's gonna be like 22 votes personality, like one other and one looks. And
Yeah, and then the one looks is gonna be you. What's gonna be your vote?
Yeah.
I like that
All right.
one.
So that concludes my Cole's Polls segment for week 2.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
All right. Well, before we get into Brett's bets, I do want to say thank you to everybody who did listen to our podcast for the first time. On Anchor, we had 91 listeners. Whether they listened to it for 10 seconds or the whole hour, it still counts as a listen.
Yeah,
How many views did we have on YouTube?
We had like 50.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm
if
surprised we broke
140
100.
people are listening, Oh. Whoa.
I was pleasantly surprised with everyone who listened. And if you did listen, I hope you're listening to this. Otherwise, this statement doesn't matter, but keep listening. We're going to work hard to get better content. But it is important that people tell us what they want us to talk about. Otherwise, we're going to keep up what we got going. So,
Well, I will give Derek one thing. He did tell us our DMs weren't open, so that's why people couldn't DM us a few weeks ago.
Right.
shout
So
out.
I'll give him that. But that's the only DM on our list is from Derek Dunn saying he should be on the podcast. And once again, he's never stepping foot on this podcast.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we should give this poor guy a shot.
Maybe.
He could have some good drop-ins. He could, I don't know. He's an interesting fella. So,
As long as he doesn't talk about lifting and why he only does arms.
Okay, side story. I lifted with Derek and Liam on Wednesday and Thursday of last week.
Oh, God.
And they made me do everything to failure. So we're doing incline bench press, which you guys know me. I'm not a big person. I'm not a big lifter. And we're doing
you're
incline. Fat. Yeah, I know. Okay. We're doing incline bench press, and I'm like, all right, how many reps are we doing? And they're like, just do till you can't go no more. And I'm like, so you want me to drop the bar on myself? And he's like, no, I'll spot you. So we're doing all these lifts to failure. And then one of the lifts we did was pull-ups or chin-ups. You guys are know what those are. They're not that hard. Everyone can do a couple.
I've never lifted a day in my life.
I can't do one.
Okay, that's beside the point. So I'm trying, after we did 3 exercises, I'll say, I'm trying to do a pull-up, and I can't even do a single one. So that lift was the most intense workout I've ever done in my life. So I have mad respect for Derek and Liam and what they do every single day, because that was nuts.
I don't understand how they can lift the way they do. Personally, I was gonna go work out tonight, but now I'm looking at it, it's 9/11.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Too soon, sorry.
Yeah, definitely too soon. Actually, that's coming up, isn't it? Never forget. But I don't know how one can be motivated to go work out all the time.
Well, they're big. They're getting bigger.
Derek's still sponsored by that one Triton or something like that.
Lanofi. He told me he's kind of sponsored by Lanofi still, but I don't know. He told me he's kind of getting out of that, getting into more professional things. But yeah, it's.
Does Derek wear Lululemon?
Yeah, he wears leggings.
No, he actually does.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
He actually wears Lululemon leggings while he's lifting, or
yeah, and when he does squats, you can see his thong through his Lulus.
Oh God, that's just embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
All right, well, suppose we'll get into
You guys ready for Brett's bets?
Brett's terrible bets.
Terrible bets. I'm not sure about that. So last week,
what was your record?
7 for 9.
Ooh, I think I
You
said
told me
7.
You said 7 and 2, and I said 8 and 1.
I said 8 and 1.
I'm the real betting man here.
So last week, kind of an interesting week. Purdue had that big blow. They blew that lead.
I told you so.
Pretty bad. That was bad. And then Oregon also blew a lead. So
the Oregon game was very surprising.
Those are 2 kind of bad beats there for you. And my sleeper Liberty missed out covering on the spread by a touchdown. So 7 and 2 on the normal lines, and then 0 for 1 in the sleeper picks.
So did you cash out pretty good or not?
I mean, if you did bet those, you would have made money this week, yes. Because the plan is to always win more than you lose.
Really?
That you did. So week 1's kind of easy.
Yeah, there was a lot of easy games week 1. I've kind of ratcheted up this week. I'm gonna go a little bit higher stakes. You guys ready to get into it?
Let's get it.
Okay. So Saturday, we got Ohio State at home against Cincinnati, 16-point favorites. Last week we hit the Ohio State FAU over by a point. And so that was a big win.
They came out
And
firing.
They came out firing. They're up 28-0. I was looking at Derek and I was like, yeah, dude, we're hitting this over so easy. And they had to kick a field goal with 2.5 minutes left to put them at the over. So that was if you were betting that, you were pretty you're sweating that one out. But this week we're gonna take Ohio State minus 16 against Cincinnati. Cincinnati played UCLA at home last Thursday, and that was a kind of a dicey game. Ohio State obviously is a pretty good football team. Next game we got New Mexico State versus Alabama. New Mexico State is a 55.5 point underdog. We're taking the underdog, 55.5. If you don't know what that means, if the game is 62-7, you're still going to win money because New Mexico technically covered the spread, which is 55.5 points. So I think I saw something. You guys know the Bear on College Game Day? Chris Falica?
Yes.
He tweeted out something that when Alabama has been like 50-point favorites, the opposing team has covered the spread the last 5 times. So
Wow, that's sabermetrics.
let's keep that theme. Keep New Mexico State plus 55. Next game, we talked about it earlier, Iowa minus 20.5. We're going to take the points. Iowa's a pretty good team. And I just don't give a care up for Rutgers right now. I think that's going to be kind of a slow game. We didn't give our final predictions for the Iowa scores, but I could see it being another 38-13, 38-7, 31-7, 31-10. That's going to win you money here.
I think I'm going to go Hawks like 42 to like 18, 42-16.
I think it's an 11 o'clock game, so it's not sold out. I think there's like 9,000 tickets left. I mean, whether that matters or not, but I think Iowa's going to have one of those games where it's kind of like, especially playing Iowa State the following week, I think we have one of those games where we put up 31 points and they give up 14. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win easily, but we're not going to like kill them. And then I think coaches might get on them a little bit, and then I think we go in heavy at Iowa State.
So the next game I have is Washington at home against Cal. I don't know if you guys kept up on the Pac-12 football last week, but Cal scraped out a win, I think, against UC Irvine. Like, they were down coming into the fourth quarter, and Washington played Eastern Washington, who's a pretty good FCS football team, and they beat them pretty handedly. So Washington opened up as a 14-point favorite, which has moved to a 13.5-point favorite. Washington's at home. So I think this is a one that is going to be a pretty easy win. I hate saying that because usually that means it's probably like a 14-7 game and you don't win. But I think the Washington will beat Cal by at least 2 touchdowns. Sticking with college, Clemson plays at home against Texas A&M. If you guys don't remember, Trevor Lawrence had a game in his first game of the season. Clemson is a 17.5-point favorite. I'm taking Clemson by 17.5. Pretty interesting Texas A&M team. They played Texas State and pretty much blew them out. But Clemson is a different dog. So I think that is actually going to be a good game to watch. If you think Texas A&M can hold Clemson's running game and Trevor Lawrence, that's up to you, but I don't think they can. So moving on to NFL, because it's the first week of NFL. Just a couple games here. Texans +7. Thanks, Griff. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Texans +7. I think they are playing the Saints, and the Saints have lost 5 straight home openers to begin the season.
Oh, I
It's
did
not-
see that today. That's a crazy stat. I actually
It's not home
think
openers.
that.
I'm sorry. It's just they have lost 5 straight season openers. So let's take the Texans +7. The Saints, might break that streak, but it might be a 24-21 or 3-point ball game. So I'm going to take the Texans there because I don't think they're a bad team. Next game, Broncos on the road against the Raiders on Monday night. And the Broncos, little Gruden action, but the Broncos are led by Joe Flacco, new head coach Fangio. And we have seen what's going on with the Raiders. They're kind of a mess.
Oh,
that
dude,
game.
if
That
you
game
watch
is
Hard Knocks, you know how bad that team has the potential to be.
right. And Antonio Brown is just a madman.
Antonio Brown fined $59,000 for not making it to one practice. That's insane.
And he's mad about it.
Wait, Brett, did
So-
you watch any Hard Knocks on that?
No,
Sorry.
I didn't watch any Hard Knocks.
Oh, dude,
I've heard about it.
It was so funny. Anyway, continue on. It was
But-
well worth it.
Broncos and Raiders are even, so you can just pick the Broncos to win, and you're gonna make what you put in. So you bet 20 or 100, you're gonna make 100 if they win. So the next game I have Chiefs -3.5 and on the road at the Jaguars. Jaguars are a sleeper team this year in the AFC South. With the Colts, not being as good without Andrew Luck, that kind of opens the door for them to win the division.
Big Dick Foles coming in hot.
But I still think that the Chiefs are going to beat them by pretty handily in Week 1 because the Jags still have to try and figure this thing out with Nick Foles. It's not going to be night and day where it's going to change.
Patrick Mahomes is so good.
He's so good, and they still have the whole same off. And then my final pick for my 9 is the Colts +7. I'm a little biased, but the Colts are gonna be a good football team this year, guys. I think that they're at least gonna win the division.
You said that last week. I still just can't hop on that train.
The Texans are in that division, right?
Yep, Texans, Jags, and Titans. I'm sorry,
think the Jags win the division.
God, the Jags are in there.
That's why I still
I don't
can't
know.
hop on your train with. I think they get third. I think the Texans are better than them this year.
No,
still.
I'd say-
the only thing I'm worried about is Texans, and if the Jags somehow really work out things.
I think the Jags are good.
I think the Jags are good
All Nick
too, but-
Foles has done in his career is win. That's all
But-
he does.
Okay, but then again, the Colts are literally the same team minus Andrew Luck. And Andrew Luck, Patrick Ewing theory. Do you guys know what that is? It's like, what has he ever done? What has Andrew Luck won? I've turned my table on Andrew Luck. Who cares if he's gone?
He had a
Jacoby
hell of a
Brissett-
year last year.
Jacoby Brissett's out here, 2 years, $30 million, with no agent. Dude's
He had
a
a good
genius.
year last year, man.
Dude's a genius.
I
Jacoby
Wait, he
saw
doesn't have
that.
an
I saw that
agent?
he didn't have an agent.
doesn't have an agent. He saved 10% on that. He just made $3 extra million.
That's crazy, actually.
That's impressive. I didn't no idea that he didn't have
He's
an
making
agent.
$15 million a year, and he hasn't played valuable reps since 2017, and he sucked. So yeah, we're gonna be good this year.
Fair.
Finally, my sleeper is Army at Michigan +22. That's gonna be a low-scoring game, guys. 28-10. Army runs a triple option. They're gonna waste so much clock.
Dude, that's like the best offense out there besides Power Eye, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay. But I'm just saying, Army is going to run the ball, going to control the clock. If they can play semi-good defense, they're covering.
If I'm correct, Georgia State doesn't run the triple option anymore, and it's really sad.
No, they
No.
moved on.
Well,
No,
guess what?
Army is the only
Georgia
one
Tech
that
doesn't run it. You're thinking of Georgia Tech.
I know.
Georgia.
I'm just naming another triple option team.
I'm sad, if Georgia Tech could have beat Clemson if they ran that triple.
Exactly.
But that
The
is all
triple
for
option.
best bets.
The triple option is just like I don't know. It's crazy to me.
The triple option
Iowa,
made me not want to play high school.
When Iowa played Georgia Tech in the Orange Bowl and we watched that triple option, it kind of just blew my mind how they I don't know. It's so dangerous to me. You have to execute it so well because if you're on miscommunication at all, you got to have perfect pitchbacks and everything. Otherwise, it's going to be a turnover machine.
Yeah,
I mean,
I completely agree. We watched Brady Ross try and pitch the ball, and it was, oh, God.
Our freshman year at Tipton, we ran the triple option. And Spencer can agree with me on this. It's a very methodical offense to run. There's a lot that goes into it.
I enjoyed it though.
It was a very fun offense to run. But you have to be a very run-heavy team to do it, though.
I feel like you have to have some athletes.
You have to have a lot of athletes.
And you got to have some big boys that can.
So the way
big boys got to be
option,
quick when it comes to pulling on veer and stuff, but that's outside of that talk anyway. But
so the way the triple option works, correct me if I'm wrong, like obviously the quarterback and the halfback line up, but then a receiver comes around, right?
you have basically two slot receivers.
It's an H-back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Damn.
But
I don't know.
There's a lot of variances on your reads and whatnot.
I would not run that offense. Just my opinion.
I had fun with it. I mean, I only played receiver, but I think just the method behind it was a lot of fun to learn.
Griffin, why didn't you go to Iowa?
Why did I not go to Iowa?
Yeah, didn't you get recruited?
Oh, yeah, but I got recruited for long snapper, but
you couldn't do that?
No. I saw the competition there. It was not for me, so I went into the pipeline industry. Here I am.
The next best option, right?
Obviously. I'd rather do some pipeline than Kirkwood. But so Cole, you're talking about little cow week cross country action. How are they looking this year? I kind of want to.
Cow week cross country. All right, I love it. I love that you're interested.
Led by Max Hansen.
Max Hansen is not in high school anymore.
Oh,
darn! He is a Wartburg baseball prodigy.
Even worse. Those guys are the worst.
Cow week cross country. Obviously returning a pretty solid lineup. Last year they got second at state, losing a great big contributor to that team, Hunter Rickles, who is a multi-sport phenom, and
hell of a kid.
He is.
Are we literally talking about high school cross country?
We are, because I really care about it. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure Tipton boys cross country is ranked number 2 in the state to start the season.
Tipton is ranked number 1. They won last year. They're gonna win again. They're freaking amazing. Caleb Schumacher's one of the best runners in the state. He has a shot at a state title, and he's only a junior this year. But back to Cal Wheat, we got Chase Kanucky, returning junior as well. He's a stud. He opened up his season last weekend running 17:25 in Mount Vernon against some big schools, got 7th place. He's going to be under 17 a lot this year. He's going to be in contention for a top 5 state finish, in my opinion. Second, we got Chandler Gannon, who's been just a grinder his whole career. He pushed me when he came in as a freshman, and he hasn't let up since. So he's another really good number 2. He'll get into the low 17s, high 16s, I think. And then after that, we just have 3 really solid runners. Magnus Sands, Brett McCart, and Seth Buthine will round out the top 5 probably in most meets. Magnus didn't run last week, so Cal Wheat slipped in the rankings from number 2 all the way to number 12, because that shows how much the state knows. But yeah, I'm excited to see him run. And my prediction is this year they will come home with another state trophy.
Pretty hot take there.
So there you go.
Talk about
Wow.
expectations.
Hey,
Hey,
they can get her done. Got a great coach. So
Our boys in Tipton football open up the week this week. They're ranked 8th in 2A per the Des Moines Register. How much that means. Now, I wasn't told to bring this up, but last time Tipton football was ranked last year, they got slaughtered, sadly, by Mount Vernon. So hopefully this week they bounce back a little bit when they're ranked, but a nice 34-0 win over North Cedar last week. Very
Killed 'em.
impressive.
killed them.
First shutout since that 2015 season.
Were you on that team?
I was on that team.
Oh,
That Cascade, I did not play in that game, though. I had a concussion.
That
the
explains
C
so
word.
much.
Spencer would tell you it was probably one of the more fun games in his career to play in, though.
That was a fantastic game.
Pouring
Love money.
rain. I just sat in the press box the whole time, though. I had a hell of a time.
In the press
You
box
and,
call.
you and Coach Fish are doing a little bit of communicating.
Me and Coach Slife were both up there.
Okay.
He let me call basically the last drive of the fourth quarter when we knew we were going to win. So that was a lot of fun to do. But I was basically getting told what to call. So it wasn't all that cool. But
You
anyway,
you had controls. That's all that matters.
yeah, I got the headset on, man. That's my team at that point.
There you go.
All right,
Offensive
well,
coordinator.
I suppose that's a podcast, huh?
That might be a podcast.
We might. I don't think
That
we'll have
was-
as many listeners this week.
Dude,
But
is someone putting
No.
away cans right now?
dude, what is Brett doing?
What is this background?
My roommate is putting together a sweat jet.
Yo, I was wondering what that was.
Brett, you've been back up in Waverly for what, 2 days now?
Yep.
Already got to start cleaning, huh?
Yeah, there's some partying in our.
Wow. Someone tell the RAs.
We already got a noise complaint.
Are you
Impressive.
still in Ottersburg?
No, we're in Weederanders.
Weederanders.
Dude, what are the names of these dorms?
big German names
Yeah,
here.
Jamin.
German.
Oh, God. A bunch of Nazis up in Waverly. Sorry, but it's the only way I can use to describe you.
Votberg.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it's been another fun time. Hopefully whoever made it this far enjoyed it. I don't think we'll have as many listeners this week, but
I bet
hopefully we do.
Derek Dunham definitely made it this far.
Hey,
Derek
keep
Dunham
listening.
Should not listen to this podcast at all. But
He's probably our number one viewer. Like, I should be on there.
he probably has a T-shirt made
He's a
that we don't know
groupie.
about.
He's a groupie.
Oh, for sure. All right, well, been your second episode of the Party Palace podcast. Hell of a ride. Spencer, cue the Freebird.
You got it, Chief.